الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله لا إله إلا الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وبارك على عبدك ورسولك محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah that Allah has brought us together on this beautiful day of Friday, Yom al-Jum'ah, on the 15th day of Jumaad al-Awwal. Inshallah, today I want to remind myself and all of you about our purpose as Muslims in America. The reminder, of course, being rooted in the tradition of the life of our Prophet ﷺ and the greatest miracle given to mankind, the Holy Quran. As we better understand our roles as Muslims in America, we shed light on, or perhaps even dispel, modern examples that we see of false representations of Islam expressed both here in America and abroad. For our future generations to come, we need to build a stronger acceptance of being Muslim in times of hardship and ease. A stronger acceptance to be Muslim will naturally increase our desire to want to act in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And through our obedient actions, the concept of what it really means to be a Muslim will be known to ourselves, our nation, and to the world. What is our purpose as American Muslims, or Muslims in America? First, let's break it down further. What is our purpose as human beings? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me. So we know our human purpose is to worship Allah. But how do we worship Him? Can we build an idol and say that this is how we worship Allah? No, we cannot. Can we create our own prayers, our own holidays or ceremonies, and say that this is how we worship Allah? No, we cannot do that either. So what do? We have to realize that we, the creation, do not worship Allah by doing what we think is worshiping Him. But we worship Allah by the way He instructed us to. In other words, we submit, or as the dictionary defines it, to yield or surrender oneself to the will or authority of another. Congratulations, we're now Muslim, right? One who submits to the will of Allah. That's what it means to be Muslim. Now, is that so hard to do in America or as an American? If you have doubts, let's look deeper into our verbal contracts to see what it is we are submitting to. The history of this verbal contract, which was practiced and preached by all of the previous prophets, ﷺ, carried the same clause of the Shahada, La ilaha illallah. There is no deity worthy of worship except Allah. And for the Ummah of the Prophet ﷺ, our specific contract is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Which is that there is no God worthy of worship or deity worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad ﷺ is the messenger of Allah. So if we believe that submitting to this is difficult, what we are really asking is, by being Muslim, what is it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and through His Messenger ﷺ is calling us to? And we do this by looking into the Quran and the Sunnah. We know the simple answers, believing in the 5 pillars and believing in the articles of faith. But what does it really mean to be Muslim? If you were to follow a Muslim around for a day, what would you see in him or her as a member of society? This is the fundamental question that many curious Americans still require an answer to, still want an answer to. In the early days of Islam, you could not go to an idol worshiper in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, ask him about this religion and hear him say that they are the people who don't eat pork, or who don't drink alcohol, who don't commit fornication. But when you think about it, you could probably hear an American say that. We need to ask ourselves, are these qualities that Americans might know us by, are these qualities the main qualities that Allah wants people to know when they see a Muslim or someone who submits to the will of Allah? These qualities are not even the priorities mentioned in the early verses of Islam. In Sahih Bukhari, Aisha radiallahu anha is stated to have said, the translation of which is, when the people embraced Islam, the verses regarding legal and illegal things were revealed. If the first thing to be revealed was, do not drink alcohol, do not drink alcoholic drinks, people would have said, we will never leave alcoholic drinks. And if there had been revealed, do not commit illegal sexual intercourse, they would have said, we will never give up illegal sexual intercourse or zina. This is not to say that these acts are to be belittled or that they are not haram. But as Aisha radiallahu anha is trying to indicate to us, and I paraphrase, that the focus of the early verses that were revealed were about paradise and the fire. The first revelation spoke about belief in Allah and the hereafter. They spoke about the social injustices that were existent in the time of the Prophet ﷺ and the means by which to rectify them. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ma'un, have you seen the one who denies the judgment to come? That is he who drives away the orphan. And does not encourage the feeding of the poor. So woe to the worshippers, who are neglectful of their prayers, those who do good deeds only to be seen of men, and refuse to supply even simple needs. So before I describe what it is that truly characterizes what it means to be a Muslim, I also want to draw a comparison in Islamic history to the American Muslim experience today. When I look at the seerah, or the life of the Prophet ﷺ, the most applicable event that I feel Muslims in America can relate to today is the period in time when the Muslims migrated to Abyssinia, or present-day Ethiopia. As many of us know, Islam began in the city of Mecca, a Bedouin land ruled by tribalism and idol worship. But when the message of Islam became public, the Muslims faced harsh persecution and hardships, such as torture, propaganda, and conspiracy. The need for Islam to survive required a location where Muslims, where religious freedoms existed, free of persecution, where justice prevailed and human rights were upheld. Now, does a land like this sound familiar today? We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure tranquility, and so on and so on. However, when this fraction of Muslims, about 82 to 83 men and 19 women, arrived in Abyssinia, under the radar you could say, the Quraysh in Mecca could not stand for the Muslims to escape their grasp. So they sent a delegation out to the king of Abyssinia, who was known as Najashi, or Negus at the time, to bargain for the Muslims to be returned to Mecca. Now, the main point I want to bring up here is that the Quraysh, a small community of Bedouin polytheists, idol worshippers, had built over time a strong relationship with a monotheistic Christian kingdom. In other words, because the Quraysh, despite their ignorant beliefs and practices, showed good qualities and character in their dealings with the Abyssinian people, their complaints against the Muslims were heard and well received by the king. As Americans, we have let the media and the leaders of non-Muslim nations dictate to the world who Muslims are and what Islam stands for. And even though these nations do not share the same religion or belief system, Because of their good standing relationships, their descriptions of Islam and Muslims are what prevails. If Abyssinia had not been ruled by a just king, the Muslims would not have been given the opportunity to speak their case. And as Americans, with the freedoms and opportunities that we have to succeed and grow as a community, we are given the perfect platform to show what it really means to be Muslim. So how would we describe ourselves to the world? When Najashi called for the Muslims to be heard, Ja'far ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, the cousin of the Prophet ﷺ, was chosen to speak before the king. What Ja'far radiallahu anhu said, or what he says, tells us what America and the world should hear about what it is to be Muslim. And more importantly, what they should see in our actions as well. He said, the translation of which is, Allah sent us from among ourselves a messenger whose good name, honesty, sincerity, and integrity were well known to us. He called us to believe in Allah, the one and only God, and to worship and to stop worshiping all idols which we and our forefathers used to worship alongside him. He commanded us to always speak the truth, to be honest, to be good to our relatives and neighbors, to preserve life and shed no blood, to refrain from sin, perjury, or making false oaths, robbing the property of the orphans entrusted to our care, and making false accusations against honorable women. He also commanded us to devote our worship to Allah alone, ascribing to Him no partners of any sort. He further commanded us to pray regularly, to give away certain purifying alms or charity, and to fast. And his speech goes on. As the narration continues, when the dialogue was concluded, Najashi not only allowed the Muslims to stay in Abyssinia, saying, "Go your ways, for you are in a safe land. Not for mountains of gold would I harm a single one of you." He also refused to allow the Quraysh to take them, saying, "You may go, for by God I will never deliver them to you. They shall not be betrayed." From the description of true Islam, Najashi could see the significance of a Muslim presence in his lands. Similarly, our Muslim presence in America needs to have the same effect. How can our faith be recognized if we allow the description of Muslims to be described by people other than Muslims? We know that our faith preaches well, and people need to see it. The true Islam in action is the trend that needs to be set. And it doesn't start on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. It starts with us in the flesh, changing the world for the better with our hands, one person, one neighbor, one family member, and one community at a time. Islam does not call us to show the world what we do. Islam commands us to do, and Allah is the one who will make our deeds known. There is a dialogue that takes place in Surah Al-Mudaththir, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and I'll just speak to the translation in some time. Every soul will be a pledge or a testament for what it has earned, except the companions of the right hand. They will be in gardens of delight. They will question each other and ask about the sinners. What led you to the fire? What led you into hellfire? They will say, we are not of those who prayed, nor of those who fed the poor. And we used to talk vain, fruitless talk with vain talkers. And we used to deny the day of judgment until there came to us the hour that is certain. So no intercession of any intercessors will profit them. We ask Allah that He makes us among those who carry His deen in our hearts and on our tongues and implement it through our limbs, and not to use our bodies to do that which displeases Him. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير المرسلين محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. If we look at the situation of Muslims in America today, ironically, we are still seeing leaders of our nation and other nations speak on American platforms and platforms of their own about what Islam is not, whether it be extremist Islam, militant Islam, terrorist Islam, Islamophobia, the list goes on. But the real question is, where are the Muslims who will speak on these very same platforms to tell the world what Islam is, like Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, radiallahu anhu. We might think that we have to wait for a just ruler like Najashi for our case to be heard. But the reality is that we have the resources, the freedoms, and the opportunities to show Islam for what it really is. And it starts with each one of us on an individual basis. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ra'd, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. So we ask Allah that He guides our hearts to change our condition so that we may be receptive to Allah's guidance. We ask that we are able to practice our deen freely and to show our neighbors, our friends, our families, and our community what Islam really stands for. We ask Allah to allow our good works to be seen as a representation of Islam and not out of show or vanity. And we ask that Allah shower His mercy and blessings upon those who set an example before us as true representatives of Islam and true submission to His will. أما بعد إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأقيموا الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
دائما أبدا لا إله إلا الله. استقيموا واعتدلوا استووا تراصوا ترحموا استحضروا عظمة الله في قلوبكم صلوا صلاة الودع. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ويستعجلونك بالسيئة قبل الحسنة وقد خلت من قبلهم المثلات وإن ربك لذو مغفرة للناس على ظلمهم
وإن ربك لشديد العقاب. ويقول الذين كفروا لولا أنزل عليه آية من ربه إنما أنت منذر ولكل قوم هاد. الله يعلم ما تحمل كل أنثى وما تغيض الأرحام وما تزداد وكل شيء عنده بمقدار. عالم الغيب والشهادة الكبير المتعال. سواء منكم من أسر القول ومن جهر به ومن هو مستخف بالليل وسارب بالنهار. له معقبات من بين يديه ومن خلفه يحفظونه من أمر الله. إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. وإذا أراد الله بقوم سوءا فلا مرد له وما لهم من دونه من وال. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا والسماء بنيناها بأيد وإنا لموسعون. والأرض فرشناها فنعم الماهدون. ومن كل شيء خلقنا زوجين لعلكم تذكرون. ففروا إلى الله إني لكم منه نذير مبين. ولا تجعلوا مع الله إلها آخر إني لكم منه نذير مبين. كذلك ما أتى الذين من قبلهم من رسول إلا قالوا ساحر أو مجنون أتواصوا به بل هم قوم طاغون. فتول عنهم فما أنت بملوم وذكر فإن الذكرى تنفع المؤمنين. وما خلقت الجن والإنس الإنس إلا ليعبدون ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون إن الله هو الرزاق ذو القوة المتين.
الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thanks, Amin Momand, for excellent khutbah. MashaAllah. Next week's Khatib will be Brother Ahmad Al-Kablawi. We now have the tickets available for our new building fundraising banquet. The tickets are here. I have the tickets. The tickets are outside at the lunch area and the information booth. And several other people have the tickets, so please get hold of the tickets. Get them. There are flyers available, inshallah, outside, giving you details of it. There are small flyers also available. So inshallah, at the Marriott Hotel, we will be getting together and inshallah, do the fundraising, the construction of the youth center and your masjid, inshallah. So as I said, we have now the tickets available for our new building fundraising banquet on Saturday, April 18th at Torrance Marriott. It is $50 for adults and $15 for children ages 5 to 10. Children under 5 will have free entry. We have invited a renowned scholar to help us with our goal. There are flyers outside. Please purchase your tickets early so we can give our final count to the hotel. Inshallah, we will have a good program with good food for everyone. There will be arrangements for babysitting at the hotel. There is free parking in Delamo Mall, but it's $9 if you park at the Marriott Hotel. Remember to set your clock 1 hour forward on this Saturday night at midnight due to daylight savings time. Next Friday, after Maghrib at 7:30, we will have our family night program with Imam Aziz Abedin, who will give a talk on marriage and family bond as Islamic perspective. Dinner will be served. That is going to be a very special day for us. And how ironic, what a perfect topic for the marriage, because our wonderful Imam is getting married, Sheikh Anas Al-Dagami. So we as a community, inshallah, next Friday will celebrate in the evening his nikah, his kitab, and inshallah his marriage. So all of you are invited. You should bring your families and your friends and everything, inshallah. So it will be a joyful day for all of us, inshallah. Takbir. Please purchase the halal lunch outside to help masjid raise funds. I ask Imam to make dua for the sick and diseased Muslim around the world, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin salatan تفتح لنا بها أبواب الخير والتيسير وصلاة تغلق لنا بها أبواب الشر والتعسير اللهم لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم لك الحمد ملء السماوات وملء الارض وملء ما بينهما وملء ما شئت من شيء بعد. اللهم انا نعوذ بك من العجز والكسل، ونعوذ بك من البخل والجبن، ونعوذ بك من الفقر، ونعوذ بك من عذاب القبر، ونعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. اللهم أعطنا من خزائنك التي لا تفنى. اللهم اجعل لنا من كل عسر يسرا، ومن كل هم فرجا، ومن كل ضيق مخرجا. اللهم ارزقنا من حيث لا نحتسب. اللهم أعطنا ولا تحرمنا. اللهم زدنا ولا تنقصنا. اللهم أكرمنا ولا تهنا. اللهم ارفعنا ولا تضعنا. اللهم آثرنا ولا تؤثر علينا. اللهم انصرنا ولا تنصر علينا. اللهم امكر لنا ولا تمكر علينا. اللهم يسر لنا ابواب الخير. اللهم يسر لنا ابواب الخير. اللهم يسر لنا ابواب الخير. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الاحياء منهم والاموات. اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا وعاف مبتلانا. اللهم انصرنا على من عادانا. اللهم انصرنا على من عادانا. اللهم ارفع كلمة الحق والدين. اللهم ارفع راية الحق والدين في كل مكان. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين في كل مكان، فوق كل أرض وتحت كل سماء. اللهم أيدنا. اللهم وانصرنا. اللهم وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.
It's a limited. Nobody can go. You cannot close door. Not just that is a family cost. So you can yeah, money.
Yes, we are my girlfriend. Yeah, they want me to come. I said no.
Sempre vamos estar muito safar. I got connected right now. Yeah. From the next week. With my family. Yeah. And I do like it. Instagram and this بس مش هنعمل سكوت What do you just not والله يا That's our part, huh? He's already a doctor. So, yeah, he's already. I know my yeah, I'm not really worried. I just want to. Somebody I really want. I'm not really worried about too much money. Yeah, that comes along with it, but it's like why would people okay. How are you? How's it go? Wow, looking good. Well, I put on some winter weight. Although I didn't get cold, so it's nice. Very nice to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, it's not like can call somebody and say, okay, we're gonna. No, I don't know. मैं आता हूँ लंच पे ऐसा काम करना होगा देखो ना भाई ये बोल रहे हैं फिश से बढ़ के टिकट बेचना ही मैं टिकट बेच रहा हूँ आपको बस से नजर नहीं देखा रेडी हो गए हम रेडी है आप तो अच्छी बात है चलो मैं अल्लाह Number one hit. Going to the